The challenge day 31. This is the final day. Can you believe it? That I've made it actually 31 days of vlogging every day in August. And that's what VEDA stands for, vlogging every day in August. And this is a challenge put on by Amy Schmidt-Auer over at SavvySexySocial.com. And so I have tried this every day. And you know what? It's been somewhat of a test of my will to see if I could be consistent. And fortunately, I have been consistent. I've done all 31 days. Some of you have been with me maybe with all those 31 days, or at least some of them, and I appreciate it. If you've been with me at least one other SSSVEDA, just go ahead and give me just a couple of hearts there and let me know that you are one of those people that has been with me before in a SSSVEDA challenge and have watched. Let me know. Also, if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, you are thrilled probably that this is my last day of the SSSVEDA challenge, because you've been used to getting 2 videos a week, and now you've been getting 1 video a day, maybe possibly in addition to the other videos I'm doing. And so your mailbox is on fire, and you are like, Paul, please stop. Although nobody has said please stop. I mean, I don't know if maybe some people have unsubscribed. I have not really noticed that much. So if you have not unsubscribed, good for you. If you are staying subscribed, I'm going to get back on schedule here next week. So I appreciate you hanging around and hanging out. Hopefully you've gotten to know a little bit about me, about my passions and my likes and things like that. Some simple stuff about me that you might want to know, or not. But at least this is the last day. And today I want to talk about the subject of how did I get here? How did I get here? And this is the last day of the SSSVEDA challenge, as I said. So how did I get here? Well, I got here by being consistent, which is what I talked about yesterday. You can watch yesterday's video right here if you'd like. And just talk about being consistent and trying to stay consistent. Now, I don't know what I'm going to use Periscope for moving forward. But I leave that up to you guys. If you guys are interested at all in me continuing to use Periscope, those who are watching right now, if you have some ideas or thoughts how I can continue to do this, I will continue to speak to youth workers. So it may be something youth worker, youth pastor related, but it also may be motivational, because youth workers need motivation as well. And all that kind of good stuff. So how did I get here? It's a good question. I think we ask ourselves that quite a bit. We ask ourselves, how did I get here? And that may be, you may be asking that from a position of blessing. You're wondering, man, how did life get so good for me here? Or you may be asking that question, how did I get here? Like you're just in the pit of wherever you're at. You go, man, how did I get here? How did this happen? And you know what? Some people like to think maybe that it's like based on one decision, that you made one terrible decision, and then suddenly your whole life went from this to this, or from this to that. And I would challenge and say that it is a string of decisions. It is not just one decision, but 1,000 decisions that we've made up until the point we've made that last decision that pushes us over the line either way. And so for me, just a little bit of background from me. Hey, thanks for coming in. And so for my story, my part of the story is, well, how did I get here? Well, I'll just tell you where I'm at. I'm a youth pastor. I've been a youth pastor for 25 years. I am currently serving in a small town in Birmingham, Alabama. I had grown up in New York City, in Brooklyn, and I often have to ask myself, well, Paul, how did you get here? What is going on in your life? I have tons of ambition. I have tons of goals and dreams, and sometimes we look at our situation and go, why am I here? How did I get here? What is happening to my life? And I'm not in a bad place, by the way. I think I'm in a great place. But I have to ask myself, God, I ask myself, God, not me. I have to ask myself, and I have to ask God, I say, God, what is going on in this situation? And sometimes we do that. We say, God, how did I get here? And for me, I trace my stuff all the way back to when I was probably when I was a kid, growing up in the Catholic Church. I didn't know a lot about God. I learned a lot about God. I don't think I had a personal relationship with God through Jesus Christ at that time. But I tell you what, the Catholic Church taught me reverence. It taught me something that I was not getting anywhere else. It was teaching me to be respectful of spiritual things. It was teaching me to be respectful of of the whole gambit of things that you learn in faith. And it taught me to be patient, and it taught me to be it just kind of taught me a certain holiness, if you will, and reverence for things. And now I find myself in a church that plays loud music and loves loud music and loud kids and loud things. And so I find in there, how did I get here? Well, it started back then when I was in Catholic church, and then it went from that to when I was 13 years old, I moved to Florida. My father had passed away. I had moved to Florida, and wound up giving my heart to Christ at a Christian camp. And then for the next 4 or 5 years, I really struggled in my faith, struggled to follow God, struggled to do those things. And then suddenly when I was 18, 19 years old, I really felt God calling me into the ministry and calling me into a place with working with teenagers. And I think those little decisions along the way, both good and bad, brought me to this place. Now, in saying that, you may be watching asking the same question. Well, how did I get here? How did I get to this spot I'm in right now? Once again, it's a bunch of decisions. But at the end of the day, maybe the question is not, how did I get here? But what am I going to do now that I'm here? Because you know what? I can't go backwards. I can't change anything. I can't change not one of my decisions I've made in the past. I can change my decisions moving forward, though. I can change my trajectory, okay, from flatline to this. I can also change my trajectory from this to that. And so the decisions I make in the future, I have to look at my past, let it teach me about some things, and then make different decisions that I made in the past. And so I guess my encouragement is this for the day in this last SSSVEDA challenge is instead of asking yourself, how did I get here? I know how I got here. I know God brought me here. And we ask, well, why am I here? Or how did I get here? And we said, well, ultimately it's for a reason. It's for my growing. It's for my maturity. It's for my growing up to be a part of humanity and a part of culture that's going to be a contributor and not a taker. And maybe that's why I like making these videos. I like being a contributor. I like trying to move the dial a little bit in people's lives. And so all through that process, all the heartache, all the hurt, all the pain, death, alcoholism, drugs, everything that I've been through in my life, what? Slavely? Okay, Slavely. I don't know what that means. But all those decisions that I made throughout my lifetime has got me to this place. Now the question is, where do I want to be 10 years from now? And that will be based on the hundreds and hundreds of little decisions I'll make all the way through. The decisions I hope I make will be one of consistency, of being who God created me to be, working on that. Yeah, good. Working on the little things in my life, the little details, keeping my vision, keeping my plan for my own personal life on how I can encourage people, encourage youth workers, and do things like that. I think that's how I got here. I got here because of 1,000 different decisions, but also the mysterious sovereignty of God that I don't quite understand. But I'm here now, and so you have to say the same thing. It says, look, I'm here right now. Where do I want to go from here? Where will I, in 10 years from now, will I be saying, how did I get here? Or 10 years from now, will I be saying, hey, I got here, now where do I go from here? And that's kind of what I'm doing today, is saying, hey, where do I go from here? And so anyway, I want to thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining me for these 31 days of Veda, vlogging every day in August. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel and you are not a subscriber and you want videos like this in your inbox, that will eventually go back to having something to do about youth work. But if you want the videos in your inbox, hit the subscribe button right here. They'll get videos like this in your inbox. If you're a regular subscriber, please hit the thumbs up button. That lets me know you like videos like this and you want more of them. And of course, leave a comment down below to tell me, are you asking the question, how did I get here? How did I get here? Whether you're good or bad, how did I get here? And so that's it. That's my 31-day challenge. I have wrapped it up, and I appreciate you guys that have hung with me. Those of you that are watching right now, I appreciate you guys so much for just joining me for a little while. I hope it's been helpful. I hope it's been motivating. I hope it's been something you've enjoyed, and I appreciate you guys. So feel free to send me a message or hit me up on Twitter. At paulturner2.com, at paulturner2. You're welcome to hit me up there, ask any questions you like. But until next time, guys, I'm going to figure out what this Periscope thing is going to be doing for me in the future, and I will come to you, and hopefully you will join me on the journey, and we'll go together. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining me today for SSSVEDA Challenge, Day 31, and we'll see you guys in the future. Have a good day, everybody.